Hello and welcome back to my channel, and I want to start off by saying a massive thank you to Renault Platinum in Trowbridge for basically lending me the car for a couple of hours. Obviously, if you haven't guessed by the title already, I've got my hands on a Renault Megane RS Trophy, which I'm very, very excited about. So anyway, what is it? Yeah, so it's a 2019 Renault Megane RS Trophy. Let's go on with the review. Finished in Alpine white, the car now features 19-inch Fuji lightweight wheels, which are 2 kilograms per corner, lighter than the standard RS wheels. These are wrapped in Bridgestone Potenza S001 tyres, which are ready for track use. The brakes have also been upgraded to 335mm discs, which are also vented, and again these are lighter than the standard RS by 1.8 kilos per corner in order to take the extra power. The car now sits overall lower, and the dampers are stiffer, making the whole car more track focused. The exhaust has been revised and is now louder, more aggressive than the standard RS, and features a mechanical flap that opens in certain modes or at certain speeds, usually around 4000 RPM. Inside, the car now features stunning Alcantara bucket seats, which sit 20mm lower than the standard RS seats. The steering wheel is also wrapped in an Alcantara type material with a 12 o'clock red band. The door cards are now finished in a carbon-like material, and the on-screen telemetry can be used now for on-track as well as the usual features. So the big question, what's it like to drive? Well, it's awesome, basically. It's absolutely awesome. So the whole car itself is just completely track focused. Now I know I haven't spoke about the engine, so let's go through that first. So the engine is a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 300 horsepower, so 20 horsepower more than the standard RS, and 420 Nm torque in this variation. What I mean by in this variation, this car has the EDC twin clutch dry clutch gearbox, whereas the manual only produces 400 Nm of torque. Only. So I will say, what I will say is the gearbox is good. It's very, very good, or excellent even. But it's a little bit laggy, and what I mean by that is because it's got a dry clutch as opposed to a wet clutch system, it's just a bit more hesitant. So a wet clutch system, which you'll find in the likes of a DSG, so like an RS3 or Golf R, those type cars, they're a lot more instant, and the throttle response is also there as well. Now this car really, really goes. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in traffic, so I can't really show you too much, but obviously when I break away, I can obviously show you guys. So talking about the gearbox, very, very good gearbox, nonetheless. But the whole car is just completely track focused. I spoke earlier about the suspension. Everything is stiffer, so the dampers are stiffer. The suspension is stiffer. Just the whole lot is just completely tight, basically ready for track use, I would say. The brakes as well are phenomenal. They're absolutely incredible. Massive brakes on the front, which you sort of need, but they are absolutely brilliant. To be honest with you, did Brembo make a bad brake? No, let's be honest. But yeah, no, very, very good. Like I said earlier, they are bigger than the standard RS as well, because you need that sort of extra stopping power. Right, there's a bit of gap here. Drop down gear, and that exhaust note is absolutely epic. currently got the car in race mode, and yeah, it just pops and bangs at every opportunity, and I absolutely love it. It means the valves are completely open all the time. It just sounds awesome. Completely new system. Jumping back to the engine quickly, the turbocharger on this is actually has been developed in line as well, in line with Formula One, Renault Formula One. So I believe there's some sort of new variant of turbo, which I must agree, you know, when I compare it to sort of my car, you know, my car being mapped, there's no sort of turbo lag, and it's very similar. The car just, the rev just pick up and the car just goes. It's absolutely amazing. Another thing I didn't mention at the start of the video, which because I wanted to wait for this part of the video, is that the car handles extremely well, and that is mainly due to the fact the car has four-wheel steer. Yep, that's right, four-wheel steer. The sort of thing you would find in a 100 grand supercar. You know, to get that sort of technology at this sort of price point is very impressive. And now another thing as well, which again adds to the whole sort of track ambiance, is what I'm going to call it. I say ambiance in a French accent because obviously we're in a French podcast. Is the seats. I spoke about the seats. They're Alcantara Recaro bucket seats, and they are just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Phenomenal seats. Really hug you, you know, for sort of track use again, but also very comfortable. The car seat, there's no turbo lag. It just goes. Put your foot down, and it just goes. He's such a riot. This car is so much fun. Drop down gear. Oh dear. This is the one way to annoy all the locals. So price wise, you know, why would you buy this rather than a standard RS? Well, it's a bit more special, like I said. If you are if you are tempted to go and do some more track days, or even get into track days, you know, and have something you can use on the road as well, you know, a road legal track guys, you know, basically. Yeah, these cars as standard start at £31,800. So that's roughly about 2,800 more than the standard RS. Is it worth it? Yep, definitely is. Drop down a gear. It's just effortless, man. It's just so effortless. It's unbelievable. But yeah, definitely worth it, because if you were to spec all the additional parts, you know, if you were to buy aftermarket parts and fit them to the car, it would cost you a lot more. So actually, for £2,800 as an upgrade on the standard RS, it's definitely worth it. You can hear the turbo and there's an induction as well, which is really cool. It just sounds so good. Apologies, I'm not talking much. Another thing to mention is how, you know, you're probably thinking, how the hell does it get the power down? You know, being front wheel drive, 300 horsepower front wheels, how does it do it? Well, it's got a very clever Torsen mechanical limited slip diff, which basically does all the work for you. You plant your right foot and it just puts the power down, no problems. Now obviously it's a practically completely bone dry day, so I can't talk for when it's like in the rain or in the wet even, but I expect it's probably pretty good. And obviously the car itself will do a lot of the work for you anyway. It just handles so well. Just you put your foot down sports mode, it drops the gear for you in order to just launch it. Another thing is, all this car features, it obviously has launch control as well as rev matching. Again, it's another one of those things that, yeah, you get on the standard RS, but obviously you get on this as well. Now I spoke briefly about the wheels. The wheels are Fuji wheels, it's your optional wheels, so you don't get them on the standard RS Trophy. They are an optional, which you can only get from France. So again, it looks really nice with those wheels on. The car itself, so as an RS standard, so the Trophy has the Cup chassis as standard, so the Cup spec. So that's sort of like the base model you get as an RS Trophy anyway. So you know, if you were to spec an RS and add the Cup pack, it would pretty much come, you know, far off the Trophy mark. So yeah, those extra bits, again, like I said, definitely worth, in terms of value for money, very, very good. So the big question about hot hatches is it all about power? And to answer that question, I've driven quite a few hot hatches, a lot of them powerful ones, a lot of them less powerful, and I'm going to say no with this one. You know, there's a lot more powerful cars out there in terms of like an Audi RS3, BMW M140i. They've all got more power than this. You know, Honda Civic Type R, Ford Focus RS, they've all got over 300 horsepower. Does it matter though? No, I would say no, because this car is incredible, absolutely unbelievable. On a twisty road, I'd be surprised which cars would be able to, you know, I'd be amazed if it wouldn't be able to keep up with those sort of cars, you know, much more high powered cars. It's just so special. Unbelievable track car. God knows what the Trophy R is like. I mean, that's just probably incredible. That is literally like a track weapon, basically. But it's also 80 odd grand or some ridiculous number. Yeah, outrageous. Sorry, 80,000 euros. So yeah. So actually, I think overall, if I was in the market for a hot hatch in this sort of bracket, you know, in terms of like a Focus RS or a Honda Civic Type R bracket, or even a Hyundai i30N, I would be very tempted by this. Obviously, the i30N you can get for slightly cheaper. And the Focus RS is roughly about the same price as well as the Honda Civic Type R. Obviously, the Honda Civic Type R has got a tiny bit more power, and again, I haven't driven one, but those I believe are incredible track cars as well as, you know, just road cars in general. Amazing hot hatches. So I can't speak for those, but I'll tend to stick to a French hot hatch, due to sort of a bit of background, bit of history there. I lived in France for a number of years, so I probably am a bit biased to French brands and Renault Sport in general. So, but yes, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Again, massive thank you to Platinum Renault Trowbridge for just allowing me to take the car out for a couple of hours and be able to perform this sort of first impressions review type video. I thoroughly enjoyed driving this car. Hopefully it won't be the last time I get to drive these type of Renault sport cars, because I absolutely love them. You would have seen some of my other videos I've made on Renault sport cars. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for plenty more content just like this to come. Thank you very much. Goodbye.